Hey everyone, it's Dr. Jobe and welcome to the first episode of Medside Story. Today's guest is Poch Alegre, a former aspiring chef and now a fully fledged medical doctor. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, the hard details on how you got into your journey as a medical doctor, Poch, can you tell us a little about your family background?
My mom's an anesthesiologist. My dad's a radiologist. My kuya is a pediatrician, and there's two more doctors in the house, me and my sister. So we're newly licensed physicians.
So you're all doctors, but how come you had this idea of becoming a chef? Like you wanted to try out the road to becoming a chef.
What happened there was after high school, I really didn't know what I wanted. So uh, for a while, my dad and I were watching Wolfgang Puck. You know Wolfgang Puck. So he's a famous chef. I think he cooks for the Oscars
Yeah.
every year. Yeah, so I got inspired there. So I said maybe I can do that. So I said, pa, gusto ko mag-culinary. So he supported my decision naman. And funnily enough, I don't think I knew how to cook anything when I went into culinary school.
Wait. So zero. Like boil an egg? Did you know how to do that at least?
One, I knew how to cook one dish. Instant pancit canton. That's it.
Is that even a dish?
Dude, it's a dish. It's a dish.
Instant pancit canton. All right. So from literally from zero to hero, you just decided to go for a culinary journey. When you went to culinary school, how was the experience?
So right after high school, I was like 17. A boy from the province went to Manila. Uh, I was kind of culture shocked when I got into Manila. Got into culinary school. Not really the culture of Manila, maybe. I mean, how do I explain this? I don't know. I was the youngest one of the class. They actually have a nickname for me. They call me Baby Boy in culinary school.
Baby boy.
Yeah, yeah, they call me Baby Boy in culinary. Yeah, I was kind of culture shocked. From the class clown in high school, I became the shy one, the quiet one in class. So yeah, I was kind of culture shocked, but I adjusted somehow.
Was it a big factor that you didn't know how to really cook as good as the others? Do you think that had a big role to play?
I don't think it did have a really big impact because everybody in there, they really taught us how to start from scratch. So we had to start from scratch. So we were all on the same
Mm.
level.
All right, so you're in culinary school, you're doing good. Then what happened? Why did you suddenly decide to go to a medical field?
So what happened was after culinary school, my dad put me in like an on-the-job training just to gain some experience. And I kind of realized that maybe this is not really for me. I wanted culinary to be. I mean, I saw culinary as more of a hobby than a career. Said this is really not for me. So I went back to my dad with, Pop, I want to continue studying. I want to study more. I want to study. So this time, he chose the field for me. So uh, being a doctor, my dad being a doctor, he put me. That's the only thing he knew. He put me in medicine. He put me in medtech. I went into medtech first before I went to medicine.
Did you feel any pressure that since you said you didn't know what to do after, did you feel any pressure to accept their decision for that they made for you?
I wouldn't say it was pressure, but even I didn't know where I would go. So I think that was more. I saw that as more of them guiding me to somewhere. So I went to Medtech, and I fell in love with the medical field. That's why when I went to med school, I kind of enjoyed med school.
All right, so let's talk about medtech. Uh, Many people may have heard it's the best pre-med course. How would you like to comment on this description, Poch?
I wouldn't say it's the best, but it is. I mean, not really. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is it the best? I don't think there's a best pre med course, but medtech really helped me a lot, especially during second year. Yeah, lab medicine. Yeah, lab medicine subjects. That really helped me a lot. I mean, even with my circle of medtech friends, when after every exam,
Yeah.
we would we would have this term like medtechable. So musta yung exam, medtechable. Uh, so that basically meant even even with just our medtech knowledge, we could pass the exam. So yeah, it really helped a lot.
So a lot of, as we could say, stock knowledge that you got from your medtech as a pre-med really helped a lot for
Yeah,
medical proper.
it really did. I mean, a lot of uh, during our laboratory medicine, a lot of the terms were, to some people, were, foreign.
Yeah.
For us, it was, we've heard that before. That's very familiar. I mean, they would come to us for help, and we were all willing to help because we knew what they were talking about. So we we tried to explain to them the easiest way we could.
Everything has a downside to it. Like, would you say there were any downsides to taking medtech as a pre-med course?
Well, it's just medtech, so it's just lab medicine, I guess. So in terms of other subjects, we had to start from scratch. So for me, pharma, everything was foreign to me. I wasn't that familiar with it, even though we had like a few units of pharma in our method class, but everything was everything was from scratch.
But how about the culinary side? Like, did you actually was there anything that you could still apply from the things you learned in culinary school?
Actually, it's the other way around. Learning basic sciences in med school and in medtech uh, helped me understand better what I some theories I learned in culinary school. I mean, personally, I'm not a fan of marinades.
Yeah.
You know, people marinate meats
Mhm.
overnight. Well, I'm not really a fan of marinade because I'm a more of a fan of brines. Brines is basically salt water than marinades because uh, I in my theory, in what I learned, not everything is permeable to the meat,
Mhm.
to the muscle. Unlike salt, which is in the brine. So I think marinades is just a waste of ingredients. I could just make a sauce out of the same ingredients and serve it with the meat. Then I'd rather do that than put it in a marinade overnight.
All right, guys. Before you attack Poch in the comments, let's do some research. We'll see exactly what how osmosis affects marinating and brining. So, Poch, was there any moment where you're able to showcase your culinary skills in med school?
Yeah, I remember during our first year we had our NutriFest, I guess. NutriFest, yeah, in Bicam. So of course they knew I went into culinary, so they assigned me to be the one to cook, to make the menu. So yeah, I think that was a crowd favorite. I think one dish was a crowd favorite for them. It was a nasi goreng. So yeah, nasi goreng. It's Indonesian fried rice. So I remember the Bachem lab tech, the one in charge of the lab. I remember her tasting it, and she asked for my recipe. She enjoyed it so much. So the next day, I cooked the same dish. I gave it to her with the recipe.
All right. So if you guys want get a hold of that recipe, you know who to ask.
And even outside med school, when my friends and I go out for an excursion, I'm basically assigned to be the one in charge of food. So we go out, I cook. I usually cook for the people. And I mean, I get a lot of compliments. So I guess I still got it. Maybe. Maybe.
Since we were on the topic of med school and now you took the boards and now you're a licensed physician, did your family tell you what next step to take? Like, is there a strategic next step for the specialization?
Actually, no. Actually, they're waiting. They're the ones waiting on me on what specialty I should take. I want to take. I mean, so I'm still not decided. I don't know if I want to go into anesthesiology, just like my mom, or maybe radiology as well, like my dad. Or what else were my options? Probably I am. I still don't know. I'm still lost right now. I'm just still trying to figure it out.
What about the strategic choice of taking surgery? Since you already have a dad who's a radiologist and a mom who's an anesthesiologist, then you could have them on your cases for surgery.
Actually, there's no not really those kind of strategies, at least in our family, because I don't know. Maybe they just want us to do whatever what wherever we're happy. We want to go to wherever we're happy.
Definitely, that sounds like a good family support system that you have there, Poch. Imagine this. One day, a super famous chef on all the TV shows just came to you one day and asked you, Poch, give up what you're doing now. I'm gonna train you as my apprentice. Would you take that opportunity?
I'd probably not. I think I invested so much in med school and I enjoyed it. I mean, I love the medical field now, and I really just see culinary as my hobby. But yeah, I still think of culinary as maybe a career someday. I'm thinking of putting up a restaurant someday with me and my kuya, I guess. Family restaurant, maybe.
Hey everyone, we're gonna play Dish or Disease. So since Poch, a former aspiring chef and now a fully fledged medical doctor, he should know whether it's a dish or a disease. So I prepared some diseases or dishes that looked like that were named after diseases. And the pictures I'm gonna show may be cropped so that it'll be harder than it seems. So you play along with us and let's see how many you can get. All right, so for our first dish or disease, what is that? What do you think? What first impression, Patch? What does it look to you?
Dude, it looks like blood agar.
So it looks like
uh,
blood agar. You're pretty close. What do you think? So definitely you think it's a disease.
I think it's a disease. Yeah, it looks like
All
blood.
right. Do you have any ideas what disease this is?
No, I don't.
All right. All right. So let's reveal the answer to. It's currant jelly sputum. So where do you
Oh,
find currant jelly sputum? In Klebsiella pneumonia. So Klebsiella, which is a microorganism but not as common cause of pneumonia, causes this characteristic currant jelly sputum over on the left here. While the one on the right is legit currant jelly. So that's why
legit.
they
That's
say it
legit
looks
currant
like.
jelly.
Yeah. So it looks really like currant jelly. Would you agree?
Yeah, yeah, it really does.
All right. For our next dish or disease, what is this?
It looks like a tongue. Wait, is it a tongue?
Is
Dude,
that
I think it's a.
your
I mean, it's not a. It's not a. I think I don't think it's a tongue. Uh, I'm gonna say it's a disease.
All right. What disease do you think this is, Poch?
Wait, it looks like strawberry. Strawberry. Something with strawberry.
You're so
Ah,
close.
am I close?
Yes.
Strawberry cervix?
No,
Or am I?
but it's.
Ah,
You were right. I mind games. It was strawberry tongue.
it is a tongue.
It is a tongue. So strawberry tongue, which is called because it looks like a strawberry on the right side of the screen, is found in Kawasaki disease, scarlet fever. So a lot of diseases which affect the tongue can look like strawberry tongue. All right, let's go for the
It was a
next
tongue.
one. Yeah, it was a tongue. What is this? Dish or disease, Potch? What
Dude,
do you think this is?
I think it's blueberry. Blueberries, I think. So I'm gonna say it's a dish.
And it's blueberries indeed. So it's a blueberry
Oh,
muffin.
yeah.
So which was named the blueberry muffin rash, which was named after the blueberry muffins. So we see this in babies with CMV, congenital rubella. So on the picture on the right, you can see the skin of a baby with the blueberry muffin rash. Let's go. Dish or disease? What do you think this is?
I think that's disease. Yeah, I'm going for
What kind of
disease.
disease?
Uh, I'm really not associating it with any kind of dish. What is it?
So what kind of disease do you think it is, Poch?
I think it's inside of some kind of cavity. What's that? Wait, the picture looks so familiar.
It looks so familiar. You've definitely learned this in med school. They did
Yeah,
not forget to teach us this.
I know they did. I'm so sorry,
Good thing
teachers,
it did come out
doctors,
of the board
professors.
exam.
I'm so sorry.
So
Dude,
you
see,
give
see.
up.
Yeah, I give
Alright.
up, man.
So it's the watermelon stomach. So this is found
Man.
in gastric antral vascular ectasia. So what you see here on the left is an endoscopic view of watermelon stomach, which is an uncommon cause of upper GI bleeding. So the reason why it has the stripes is because of all the vessels in the stomach which are affected by the disease. But for me, it does not look like watermelon, really. It looks more like the
I mean
Monami
the stripes.
candy.
That does. It really did.
So I don't know, but for me it looks like Monami candy. So if you guys are familiar with Monami. All right, dish or disease? What is this?
Are you trying to say rice waters? Yeah, it's dish. It's a dish.
It's a dish. That was pretty easy, I think, because you can see the rice. So
Yeah.
it's rice water. And sorry, guys, if you're eating the one on the right is rice water stool. So where do we find that? In stool caused by cholera. So cholera creates a environment in the GI tract where a lot of the water is pulled out by its toxins. So we come up with a rice water stool. Okay, next one. Dish or disease? What do you
Man.
think this is?
I think it's a disease. I don't know what. And what food it should look like. I'm going for disease, but I don't know
Looks like
what that is.
it looks like I stumped Potch here, so let's reveal the answer. It's a cherry angioma. So
Oh,
it kind of looks like a cherry. I don't know how they named it that, but cherry angiomas are a benign skin lesion, which is a proliferation of the capillaries. Usually we find this in older individuals, so in the more senior age population. So it kind of does look like an cherry, but more of an
Yeah,
old cherry.
yeah.
I'm sorry, that's pretty hard. I have to admit though. The next one
Well, it
and our
does.
last one. So I saved the best one for last. So let's see. Is this a dish or disease?
Oh man, wait, is that? Wait, what is that?
This definitely has you on your toes for sure. Dish or disease? Last one, Butch.
Uh, Close up, it looks like a disease, but I'm guessing it's a dish. I'm going for dish.
Yes, we
What
got
is it?
him. We got him. It's a chocolate cyst. So
Oh man,
it's definitely a disease. So we stomp Botch here. So it looks, it definitely kind of looks like Ferrero Rocher chocolates, right? So
I mistook it for like a pie. I thought it was some kind of pie. The white part was like the pie crust. I don't
the
know,
crust. So it looked like a chocolate pie or something.
something like
So
that.
chocolate cysts are ovarian cysts, which are filled with blood, hence the brownish appearance. So it's mucus mixed with thick blood. So it comes together and it becomes chocolate looking. So that's it. So how did you do at home? Let me know in the comments down below. If you thought it was too hard, I'm ready to face your violent comments. Definitely looks like we stumped him on some of it.
I really thought it was a pie. I have a question for you. If you were to die the next day, if this was your last day on Earth, what would be your last meal?
Wow. So the tides have turned. I am being asked a question. So what would be my last meal? That'd be super hard. I'm
Yeah,
I'm a fan of American, of Japanese food. Uh I've been getting into also Korean food. It's kind of hard.
yeah.
Hmm.
I got interested about that because one Christmas my kuya bought me this book. It's like a book of famous chefs' last meals.
My last meal. It made me think, definitely. Like, if I wanted to do some world cuisine or something extravagant, but I realized if you were to die, where would you want it to be? It would be at home. So definitely I'd choose home cooking. The cooking that you grew up with, the one that you've grown, the nostalgic feeling as the last meal. Because definitely you'd be willing to go to your final home. So that's my answer for you.
Ah, that's nice. I guess a lot of people really answer that. Even the book, the
Yeah.
world famous chefs last meals. A lot of their last meals were comfort food, uh, food of their childhood, something like that. Not really the really extravagant ones.
Do you have any last words for viewers who might be considering a career change? Like, do you have any tips or of how to deal with suddenly changing your career?
It's really never too late for anything. You're never too old to try new stuff. Yeah, I guess that's it. It's the best thing I could say.
Definitely short, but very straight to the point and very powerful. So it's never too late to try something new.